EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From scenic Banff Springs in the Canadian Rockies, it's the final round of the Banff Championship. What a week and weekend this has been so far. Everything you want in a golf tournament. By nightfall, we will have our winner. As you take a look at the current leaderboard on this Sunday afternoon, we've got a tie at the top at 13 under par. Included among them is the golfer we'll be watching, as this should prove to be a compelling round of golf. So Sunday is here, and our featured golfer, the rookie, in the lead, trying to close out that first ever professional victory, all that goes with it. Frank, it is a spot you have been in before. What kind of thoughts are running through their head?
A lot of different thoughts, Rich, and that's the problem. You've got to try and weed some of those out. I would just go back to the basic syntax. You are leading. Why? Because you're playing better than anybody else in the field. So you don't have to do anything different. If you can play golf similar to what you have in the first 3 days, you're favored to win. Anything above that is minutiae. It clouds the brain. Kiss, right? Keep it simple. You put the bid on the end.
Well, this is a big spot. Nota Begay III is familiar with this kind of position, having won twice as a rookie on the PGA Tour. How in the world did you not win Rookie of the Year honors that season? Carlos Franco at the age of 36 was Rookie of the Year, Nota?
Yeah, Carlos put together a great year. And Rich, don't worry. I don't think about it much. Only every day that ends in Y. But you come out to the PGA Tour and you have to deal with an elevated type of pressure. Not everybody can handle it. You go out there, you do the best to process, stick to your strategies, and try and execute for as long as possible.
Carlos, by the way, did have the superior mustache. As for our featured golfer, just curious what you think of the body language so far, because you're well aware, Nota, no matter how many tournaments you've won in the junior ranks or as an amateur in college, and you won your share alongside a certain TW at Stanford, this is a different kind of pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can certainly look at a player's body language and get a sense of just what their mindset is headed into that particular hole or set of holes. And in this particular instance, they're trying to process a different kind of pressure, the highest kind of pressure, PGA Tour pressure.
A little too much spice on that one. That flies the green, and he'll be chipping out of the rough. This is going to have to require a delicate touch. It's his second. I think he'll be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
That finished off for par here with the second, and he'll remain one shot back. Well, Frank, as we get to the third hole here at par 5, it feels to me like you need to be at a minimum 1 under through the first 3 holes, or you're losing ground to the field.
You're exactly right. Chance here for birdie or eagle, too. This is one of those holes you can just wind it up and let it fly, and you'll certainly get a good reward with a big tee shot.
Okay, that's going to be safely in the fairway, and that's where you need to play from if you're going to make a final round surge. All right, Frank, what's the right play here on this second shot to the par 5 third?
Well, even though that hole is a dogleg to the right, the best way to bring it in actually is to use the general contours, which is right to left, and the shape of the shot in that direction as well. So it might look like a little cut, but it actually suits a little draw. I dare say a touch too aggressive. Try to fly it all the way and expect it to hold. It is very ambitious. Look what's happened.
Yeah, no sweat. It is a birdie here at the third. And that'll put him at 1 under for his round and 14 under for the tournament.
Frank, it's always fun to play a par 3 just like this one.
The ball's going to go further. Obviously get to tee it up. Should be able to carry that water. That's really the only problem for the player in front. But once again, another good chance for a birdie.
192-yard par 3 fourth.
And that's going to wind up in the back portion of the green, so maybe one club too many there. Okay, so this one, maybe a birdie putt in name only. "19 feet away." Yeah, that's well done, though it is for bogey here at the par 3. That'll drop him out of the top spot and leave him a shot back.
Back on the tee here at Banff Springs, 5th hole, 424-yard par 4. What's the setup here, Frank?
Well, it's very tempting to try and hit a draw because that's the way in which the hole is shaped. But the main goal is to make sure that you can take that second bunker, the one on the left side, out of play with that tee shot.
Okay, that's going to be safely in the fairway, and that's where you need to play from if you're going to make a final round surge. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notavigay III.
Well, he's looking at 108 yards to the front, 145 to the hole, coming off a bogey on the previous hole. Got to get it back here.
And that ball gonna settle on the fringe, but a good distance from the hole. Well, obviously that's not his best, but it'll be quickly forgotten, Frank, if he's able to get out of here with his par.
Well, you might forget it. I won't. Far from his best.
Yeah, that's a good putt. It is a par here at the 5th, and he's going to remain one shot off the pace.
Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 6th hole, reasonably short at 373 yards. A lot of golfers arrive at a hole like this and they'll think, well, I'm just going to blast it away because it's such a short 4. You think these kinds of holes require a little more thinking?
They certainly do, Rich. If you can't drive it to the front edge of the green, there's no point really trying to hit it through that narrow neck. You can just sort of knock a 3-wood down there or something that's going to give you a decent yardage where you can at least spin that second shot. If you can guarantee that ball's going to stop when it lands, it's going to be much easier than trying to fashion some sort of pitch and run.
That will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. So a big drive, and not much needed to carry here for his second. Yep, played that nicely. That'll work out just fine.
This from about 10 feet.
Okay, nicely played. That's in for birdie here at 6. And he's got it to 14 under par.
Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. You know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards if you belt one off the tee. Well, you might avoid the bad luck. That's a fine tee shot, but it is a long, long way to this par 5.
That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in really good position here on the par 5. Yeah, well done. It's back-to-back birdies here on this front side. And he moves to 15 under.
Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Okay, that'll come to rest on the front portion of the green, and now a fairly long look coming up for birdie. Well, Iona's had a good look. Now this for birdie.
Yeah, it's a long putt, so pace is important, but there's not a whole lot to it. I fancy the chances of getting this close.
Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and the lead will remain 1.
So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favor the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. That one had to feel good.
Yeah, it struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Oh, yeah. That's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an Eagle 3. Superb.
Frank, we begin this back nine with a real test. It's a 218-yard par 3.
And it's very easy to get lulled into the shape of that lake there on the right side and try and hit a cut in here. But that cut's going to work against the natural shape of the hole. If anything, a nice high draw.
Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. Price he's not taking driver out for this one. Is a long ways away, though it is for birdie. Yeah, that's really well done. From that distance, you'll take it every time. Safely in. It's a par here at the 10th. And the lead's going to stay at 3.
On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
No issues here. That is into the fairway. So from right around the middle of the fairway, this is second.
A touch long, a touch left. But still, how good can you putt?
You betcha. What a roll there. That is in for a birdie. And after missing the cut in last week's event, what a turnaround as he tries to finish off a victory here.
Frank, what are we looking at here at the par 4 12, 442 yards?
Players are really focused on that bunker down the left side. That's the one that has to be either laid up, which would be 286 yards off the tee, or sort of worked off. This could very well be a 3-wood off the tee. Just hit it straight at that left bunker.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
139 left to the flag, and the pin on the back portion in the left-hand side of this green.
This one looks right on point.
Well, no surprise. We've already seen some great iron shots this week, but that is another one.
So now eyeing this one for birdie. Nicely done. 2 straight birdies here early on this backside. And the rest of the field squarely in the rear view mirror now. This is up to a 5-shot lead.
Well, Frank, here's another pretty long par 3, the 13th here at Banff Springs, 225 yards. What's the right play?
Well, unless they have that flag all in the back, that first 2/3 of the green is just like a nice big circle. You hit it anywhere on that, you're going to have a putt of some 20, 25 feet maximum for birdie.
that is going to miss off to the left, so now par going to be very difficult from there. Now a delicate little chip here for his second. Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
Well judged, that is in for par here at 13. And this one close to being over, as it'll remain a 5-shot cushion.
Onto the 14th hole now. It's a par 4, 442 yards. And what's the right way to attack here, Frank?
Two choices. Try and squeeze it down the right side, just short of those big bunkers on that right. Either that or carry the bunker complex on the left. A little awkward.
And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway.
Now zeroing in on this second shot here at the par 4 14th.
You can keep the second shot a little right of the flag here. The general contours kick a little left here, away from the bunkers on the right. That would be the ideal shot in here. And that ball looked very good in the air. Just doesn't quite finish up that near to the flag, but still on the green.
Iona's down there. She's had a good look. This for birdie.
Well, for a long putt like this, there's really not a whole lot to it. I think you'll fancy his chances at this one.
Oh, dude, that. What a roll that was. A long one in for birdie. And the lead is up to a full 6 shots on the rest of the field.
Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives. Really starting to make a hard game look easy. Drive after drive has been superb. And this one, well, as we like to say, is in the mayor's office.
So, Iona, this his second from the fairway.
We're looking at 128 yards to the hole, pin front left, so he can take dead aim.
A little further right, a little further up. That would have been close.
10-foot putt left. That one just going to sneak on by. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. He's going to maintain that substantial lead.
Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favour a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive.
Frank, club selection so important on this second shot here at the 16th.
Yeah, any time that the elements don't work in your favour, and by that I mean here the false front, everything rolling back, then you've got to actually be more aggressive, and you're going to get the reward. So it's not like playing reckless golf. It's just the terrain dictates that you fly the ball every inch of the way.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. That a pure roll there. That is down for a birdie here at 16. And this is now, if you can believe it, a 7-shot cushion.
Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. It'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. Really a chance to have a fast finish.
Showing no signs of a let-up here. This tournament seemingly under control, as that's in the fairway here at 17. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second for this par 4. Okay, not particularly close, but a chance for the putter to do its thing. Now this for another birdie.
Yeah, thanks, Rich. This is a pretty straightforward putt overall, but we are going up a gentle slope. Needs an extra bit of gas.
Stay focused.
Yeah, that's a good putt. It is in for par here at 17. And this lead, look at so comfortable at this point. It remains at 7.
Here we are at the 18th at Banff Springs, 578-yard par 5. Frank, did you like to finish a round with a par 5?
Certainly if I could birdie it, that's for sure. And there's a good chance here at 18 you can, but there's bunkers galore. They're all in play for various standards of play. But the reward is if you can pump one down the middle of the fairway there, and then you reduce this par 5 to simply a drive and an iron.
Boy, that rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot.
Oh, that was unlucky too. If that ball had just slowed down, it could have been an eagle putt. Just kept going. Oh, just over the back.
This will be a 14-foot putt here. Nope. Yes, what a final round this was, from being on the outside looking in to a big lead. As we'll watch and wait, but this certainly must feel like this will be a victory. Well, Frank, I guess we can say, hello world.